Okay, we're going to learn for the next while the Basi Legani of Tavshin Chof. Like we learned in the past, the Friedrich Rebbe at the end of his life wasn't able to speak. It was difficult for him to speak. So even though before he did say Maamarim, but now he wrote Maamarim. And many times at Rabbeim, when they wrote Maamarim, they wrote a Maamar, and then afterwards they put a beginning and an end to it. You know, always like the first paragraph with questions, the last paragraph that answers the questions, and the middle would be, so they would prepare Maamarim, concepts in Chassidus, and then they would connect it with a beginning and an end. The Friedrich Rebbe, before he passed away, wrote 4 Maamarim. One for Yud Shvat. Yud Shvat was, well, before we go what the Rebbe says, Yud Shvat was the yahrzeit of his grandmother, the Rebbe Rivka, who was the wife of the Rebbe Marash. Okay? Yud Shvat was his grandmother's yahrzeit. Yud Gimel Shvat was his mother's yahrzeit. The Rebbe Schneerson, who was buried in New York. Then he wrote a Maamar for Purim, and he wrote a Maamar for Beis Nissen, which was his father's yahrzeit. Now the first 2 Maamarim, Yud Shvat and Yud Gimel Shvat, because they were happening very soon, he wrote a beginning and an end to it. The second Maamar Yosef Beganim, he also wrote a beginning and an end. The second 2 Maamarim, there's no beginning and end. It's just the Maamar, without a beginning or an end. Each one of those Maamarim, 4 Maamarim, had 5 chapters each. So therefore, altogether, there's 20 chapters in the original continuation. It was a hemshech, a continuation of 4 Maamarim. You have by Rabbeim, you have Samach Vav and Ayin Beis, which are the year Tavreish Ayin Beis, Tavreish Samach Vav. The Rebbe would write 50 Maamarim, 60 Maamarim in sequence, one continuing into the next. So this Basi Legani is a continuation of 4 Maamarim. Now, and the first Tavshin Yud Aleph, the first yahrzeit of Friedrich Rebbe, when the Rebbe said his first Maamar, he explained the first paragraph of the previous Rebbe's Maamar at great length. Tavshin Yud Beit, he explained the second. Tavshin Yud Gimel, the third, until he finished the first 20 chapters, Tavshin Lamed. By the way, that's when they wrote Mashiach Sefer Torah, out of Yud Shvat, Tavshin Lamed. Then the Rebbe started again. Eis Aleph, Eis Beis, Eis Gimel, Eis Dalet. Okay? So, if you have like this, Tavshin Lamed, Tavshin Nun, Tavshin Ayin, is when Basi Legani, the 20 chapters are over. This year is Tavshin Pei, so therefore it's the 10th chapter of Basi Legani. So the Rebbe said a Maamar Tavshin Chof, 10 years after the original Yud Shvat, which was the 10th paragraph of the Maamar that the Rebbe elaborated on, and then you had later on the next time, and then the Rebbe stopped saying Maamarim. So this Maamar Yud Shvat Tavshin Chof is dealing with the year, with the 10th paragraph of Basi Legani, which is the Aveda of this year. Okay? And the Rebbe said many times that the Friedrich Rebbe gave out the original Basi Legani, even though officially it was for his grandmother's yahrzeit. But the Rebbe writes the Maamar that he gave out for his own yahrzeit, for his own Hilula, for his own Pesach.
What year is it in common year?
He passed away in 1950. The first Maamar the Rebbe said was 1950. Well, he became Rebbe right away. That's why this year's 70 years. But he said his first Maamar a year later, and then it goes on. Okay. There's copies over here, by the way.
How was he able to mechanically write? I mean,
His stroke didn't affect his writing; it affected his speech.
but when he wants to sign his citizenship,
He was shaking.
tremendous difficulty.
Yeah, but he wrote. Okay. Basi Legani Achesi Kalo. This is what the original Maamar is based on. The pasuk in Shir Hashirim, Hashem said, "I've come to my garden, my sister, the bride." The Isal Zabbe Medrash, and the Medrash says on this, the Gan Lignuni, my Gani means my dwelling place, L'mokum Shoyi Ikir B'tchila, where Hashem was at the beginning, and then he came back. Meaning like this, if Hashem says, I have come to my home, that means he already lived there, and he's returning to his home. Because if he didn't live there yet, he's not coming to his home. Now it's becoming his home. Hashem said, I'm returning to my home. So my home means I left, and I came back. So the Medrash says, what does Gani mean? Literally, it means a garden, which by the way, Rebbe many times spoke. This world is not a jungle. The pasuk says it's Legani, it's my garden, Hashem's garden of luscious fruit, and not even a field that grows produce. It's Gan is a garden where luxurious fruit and things grow. It's one side. Another interesting thing in the original Basi Legani that the Rebbe said. It said the Friedrich writes, "V'itzav medrash Rabba b'mkaimei," in its place, because this medrash is in a few places. It's in Shirim Rabbah, which is its place, and then it's mentioned in a few other medrashim. So Chassidim say, why did the Rebbe write, the Friedrich write, "V'itzav medrash Rabba b'mkaimei"? Should say he's in medrash Rabbah. They'll find already where it is. What did he write b'mkaimei? Because in the medrash in Shirim Rabbah says. This quote is saying, Amar Rabbi Menachem, Chasna Devei, the son-in-law of this and this rabbi. So the Chassidim say, this itself is the way the Friedrich Rebbe alluded to our Rebbe to become Rebbe, because our Rebbe is Menachem, the son-in-law of, so therefore this is what Chassidim say. Okay. So the Medrash says, the Ikar Shechina B'Tachteinim Haisa, the primary level of the Shechina was down here in this physical world. And the Rebbe explains in many Maamarim, Ikar Shechina means the highest level of the Shechina all the way up Lefnei HaTzimtzum. Elo Sheidei Chet Eitzadas, through the Chet Eitzadas, through the sin of Eitzadas. V'achotoim Shel Achrav, and the 6 sins following the Eitzadas, Silkos HaShechina Me'aretz L'Rakia Aleph. The Shechina through the Eitzadas left from earth to heaven. And then the next sin of Kayin, killing Hevel, went from 1 to 2, and H2 to 3, and then enumerates all 7. Well, the Ma'ili Yesei kept going up until the 7th heaven. So the Shechina basically, from the beginning of creation, was here, and then he kept going up, away and away. But
is it only here that Rikia Zion is the highest one? I thought Rikia Zion is the lowest.
No. It goes Rikia Aleph, Beis, Gimel, sure. And then the Ovis and the Tzadikim got up. Brought the Shechina from above below. Until Moshe Rabbeinu came, was the 7th generation from Avram Avinu. And all 7 are precious. The Lord has brought the Shechina back down to earth. And the Rebbe explains in the various Maamarim that it's self-understood from earth to heaven is a bigger jump than from heaven to heaven to heaven to heaven, because heaven is heaven, and this is jumping from earth to heaven, so it's a bigger jump. Therefore, what made the Shechina leave the worst sin, Eitzadas? What therefore bringing the Shechina back down to earth? In other words, Avram brought it from 7 to 6, Yitzchak from 6 to 5, Yaakov from, until you had the 7th generation, Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Levi, Kohos, Amram, Moshe. So Moshe was the 7th, right? So because all 7 are precious, meaning 7th day of the week is Shabbos, 7th month is Tishrei, 7th year is sabbatical, 7th sabbatical is Yovel. So all 7 are precious. So Moshe Rabbeinu, and because he was the 7th precious, he brought the Shechina back down. When is this referring to? By Matan Torah. So the Medrash said, Moshe Rabbeinu, and therefore Hashem is saying, Basi Legani, I've come back to my garden, I was here, my home. I was here at the beginning of creation. I was forced out, and now I came back, finally back down to earth. And how is this done? The Zohar says, even though it's a question where it is in Zohar. But anyway, simply it means they bring down the preciousness, the greatness of Hashem, b'chol almin, in all worlds. That's simply what the Zohar says. When you break evil, you bring Elokus down into all worlds. Shaydei tzadikim, through the level of tzadikim, that Avedos and Miskafya, their Aved is breaking evil. And breaking evil that brings to transformation of evil. It brings down the level of Yekari, the Kodesh Baruch Hu B'chol Almin, meaning it brings down to what type of level of Or B'chol Almin B'shavah. So Chassidus interprets like this. What does it mean? Yekari, the Kodesh Baruch Hu B'chol Almin. Simply it means he brings down Elokus in all worlds. Chassidus interprets what the Friedrich Rebbe is saying, and the Rebbe obviously is saying, that the level of Shekhinah that comes down is a level of Shekhinah that is equal in all the worlds. In other words, like the Friedrich Rebbe explains in the Maamar, there's Mamala, there's Seviv. Mamala, there's one level higher, lower, Hasilas, B'nai, Yitzir, Hasilas, there's different levels. That's Mamala Kolam. Seviv Kolalmin, it's all equal. So what does it mean? What type of Elokus do you bring down by breaking evil? You don't bring down Mamala Kolalmin. You bring down a level of Elokus that's so great that's B'chulu Almin B'shavah. Therefore, it's called. You call it the preciousness of a Kodesh Baruch Hu, that shows the greatness of the Or. It's not a detailed, individual, limited Or, which is connected to world. And therefore, in other words, why is Atzilus greater? Because there's a greater revelation. Bria is less because it's less, and Yitzir and Asiyah. Ad la'elam, Atzilus ve'elam is saying sof. That's Or, which is limited. But Ela Or Zeh, this Or that comes by breaking evil and transforming evil, Sh'nim Sh'chayde Aved Kafya Sitrachra. Is Gavoya Mikol Almin, is above all worlds, meaning it's the infinite level of Sefer Kol Almin. It comes on equally in all worlds. So he says by breaking evil, transforming evil, even though the Zohar interesting, it doesn't say Yisapcha. The Zohar says Kadiskafya Sitracha, when you do Iskafya you break evil, but the Rebbe adds speaking about Iskafya that brings to Yisapcha. And it's a very simple reason why, by the way. You break evil means you break your nature. You want to do something wrong, you break yourself. We're not breaking chazer. I want to eat it, I break myself, I don't eat it. So basically, what am I going? I'm going out of my character. I'm going out of my nature. So when you do that, what does Hashem do? Reveals the revelation of Elokus that's also out of character. Because in world, Atzilus is Atzilus, and nature is Atzilus, B'nai Yitzir Asiyah. But when we break our nature, Hashem Kaviyachol breaks his nature and reveals a level of Elokus which is equal in all worlds, because Hashem is also revealing the infinite into the finite that he normally doesn't do. But why is it called Istalik? The Chayr was saying you reveal that level of Elokus. Why is it called Istalik? Means Istalkus, leaving. Why is this level called Istalik? You call it Kudshabichu. Vishagilu Nailazeh is called Istalik. Kamavor Baruch Makamachem. That's explained in the different places. What is it? What does the Rebbe explain in different places? Because it's a level leaving world. In other words, it's a level above world. So therefore, the world is Stalkus. Like the Rebbe says, when you say a tzaddik is Nistalik, the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, he's here more than before. So it doesn't mean leaving, it means revealing at a higher level than he was before. In this, Inyan bring the Shekhinah back down. Nasai the Avidos and not tzaddikim v'amechkulim tzaddikim shein pearl and Inyan the Basi Legani Legnuni. To the Hashem should come back where he was at the beginning. What does the dira mean? When you say it's a dwelling place for Hashem? Yeah, Basi Legani, dira v'tachtenim. What does it mean? A person is found there not only the revealed powers and the hidden powers, the essence of the person lives in the house. Meaning like this. Like we learned many times, the Rebbe says this in Tanya. When you say Nisava Kodesh Baruch Hu, they wish to wanted a dir b'tachteinim, a dwelling place. Hashem's all over. What do you mean Hashem wanted a dwelling place down here? Hashem's all over. So what does it mean? The way the person really is the way he's in this house. In the street, you fake it until you make it. You have to dress accordingly, you eat accordingly, speak accordingly. You're restricted by people or by society. In the house is the real you. It's like people that are wonderful people outside and mamzeirim inside the house. Certain people are mamzeirim outside the house and nice people inside the house. What's the real person? The real person is the way that we behave at home. At home is the real you. Meaning, it's not only your powers of intellect and seichel and midas, your essence is in your house. So what does dira b'tachteinim mean? That Hashem, like here, Basi Legani, dira b'tachteinim. And that it's interesting, the Rebbe's original Maamar, Toshin Yud Aleph, the Rebbe at the end speaks about we're the seventh generation, so we have to bring the Shechina back down, which is the concept of Mashiach. Moshe Rabbeinu did it at Matan Torah, and now our generation has to bring the Shechina back down to earth, which is Mashiach. Because that's the definition of Dira. Like the Rebbe says, it's Gam, Ba'efin Shigam Etzem Ha'adam Darba Dira, and that's the yin of Dira B'tachteinim. Shebetachtenim, that in this lower physical world, Nimsa Mohuse Vatsamusi Yisbarach, the essence of Hashem should be found. That's what the Zohar says by breaking evil is Talik, meaning Shenim Shechar HaSeviv Kol Alman, that comes down the revelation of Seviv, which is B'Kol Alman V'Shava, which is the infinite level of Elokus, Ad the B'china Seviv or Amiti, until it comes down to the real level of Seviv, which is Mahusi Matzmusi Yizbarich, who lives in the Dira, Kumavur Kol Zeb, like it's explained in the original Basi Legani up to Ace 10, up to Ace Yud. Okay, that's the kisser of up to Ace Yud. And now in the 10th, also about original Basi Legani, Siri Yer Kodesh. What the pasuk says, the end of Vayikra. The end, the 10th is holy, like it says in Gemara. Yer Kodesh Mikamake will be regardless if it's going to be holy. When you add Aveda, then for sure you make it holy. This is what the Friedrich Rebbe writes. This is what the pasuk says. In other words, like this: Moshe Rabbeinu brought down the Shechina to earth by Matan Torah, but in order to keep it there, Hashem said, "Build a mishkan." Otherwise, the Shechina left. They needed to keep it. You need a mishkan.
So that's why this comes after that. So first is to bring the
by Matan Torah
down,
and then we bring it down to the mishkan, general and internal, basically. Which in every individual person, meaning the every yid, and this is what the Rebbe says, every yid, when you transform your darkness to light, you bring down this level of Elokus, which of Seviv Kol Alman, the infinite level of Elokus, you bring down to yourself. Mamshich and the Friedrich Rebbe continues. Bezel Basi Legani Legnuni. The Malkim show you Ikri Betchila to where he was before, meaning the Tachas HaKavanu B'Brias V'Sav V'Salem. Because what's the ultimate purpose? Ikri Betchila, meaning what was the original purpose where Hashem created the world 5,780 years ago? Was Mashinisava Kodesh Baruch Hu Liyis Liyizbarach Dira B'Tachteinim. The Eibishter wanted a dwelling place down here. So that's what happened. Not only Moshe Rabbeinu did it, but every Yid, to his Kafir Sitracha, brings down this level of Elokus down here. He says, Vine Yadu, as it's known, in the explanation of the work Nisave Dafke, Shezau in Yenayla Yisabak Kavana Babriya V'Sav V'Salem. Okay, this is going to need some explanation, but let's start it now. Why did Hashem create the world? So Neitz Chaim says a few reasons, and then the Medrash says a reason. The Rebbe Rashab added that Hashem wanted a Dira B'Tachteinim as a Medrash in Parshas Nosei. But whatever it means, Neitz Chaim says he's going to say one of the reasons why Hashem created the world was the Galus Shleimesav, Shleimes Kechesav U'Pu'leisav. The reason why Hashem created the world was to reveal the ultimate completion of His power. By creating the world, He shows how powerful He is. Or Mitzat Teva HaTev Lehetiv, which is also Neitz Chaim. The nature of good is to do good. So Hashem, a nice guy, made a world. So Chassidus explains, it's like, we'll go into this more tomorrow. Chassidus explains there can't be the real reason for creation. It is a reason, because they try and say so, that Ezel knew what he was talking about. That Ezel said, it's either to reveal his ultimate powers, or because he's a nice guy, that he created the world. The real reason is Dira B'Tachteinim. And he says why? It says it all over Chassidus. Because to reveal Hashem's powers and might, Atzilus would have been enough. Nature of good is to do good. He could have made Atzilus and Briya, whatever. This world that He created, Tachten, Shein Tachten, L'matei Menu, is the ultimate purpose of creation of this world. They're talking about the ultimate creation of the four elements, Atzilus, Briya, Tzir, and Asiyah. He said the ultimate purpose of this world is Dira B'Tachteinim. Okay, we continue.